This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Sunset Trail. Model number 272BH. Alright. So this is not a floor plan video, this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we have power stabilizers here. We're still cleaning, by the way, so it's not completely cleaned up, but we have power stabilizers on the front and the rear. One switch controls the rear, another controls both fronts. You have a spray port here for a sprayer that comes with it. Okay. You have an outside refrigerator, and you have this grill here. The thing you have to remember is this is the quick connect for the LP system. So in order to use this, you have to plug it in right there. Okay. So you got to plug it in before you can get LP from the tanks. You have outside speakers, you have a power awning with LED strip. Yeah, I have a TV, some signal out plus power, signal out plus some power, and you can watch TV outside. There's your front jack switch. Now you see this crank right here, it's long and it's got a cylinder with a slot cut in it. That's in case your power tongue jacks were to fail. Here. There you can see the end with the cylinder with the slot. Well, that will go right on here. You go to the off-door side of the stabilizers, and you can see there's a shaft with a pin through it. So if you want to crank these manually, that crank will go right on there. So if for some reason they fail, you can always crank them manually to get them up or down, okay? Alright. Also, you have a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, which is right here. We'll show you how this operates when you pick up. This is the sprayer I just talked about with the quick connect for that spray port. You have a deep cycle marine battery, and this is the kill switch for the battery. If you ever just want to shut it off, you can kill it right there. You have two LP tanks full, automatic changeover regulator, power tongue jack. Okay. Come over here, you have a dump hose and a reducer for your power cord. Alright, so when it comes to your water, you draw the antifreeze, you remove these three screws and you'll be able to see the water pump when it comes time to winterize, just so you know, that's how you access it. The most common way to get water to the trailer is the city water hookup. So you just put the hose on there and you're all set. Now if you're camping somewhere, you're boondocking or camping anywhere that doesn't have city water hookup, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. All the plumbing will work as though you have city water, you just be pumping from the tank. Okay? This is your black tank flush. So after you dump your black tank, if you leave the valve open, you can put a hose on here at the dump station. Turn it on, it'll spray the inside of the tank out, it'll clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. And of course you have your freshwater drain down here. You can sort of see it there, it's a white gate valve. Your Sunset Trail slide room is, there are different types of slide outs. This one is called an AccuSlide, so just so you know, in case you need to know that. You have your gray tank and your black tank dump valves. Remember I told you, your black tank is toilet water and waste, gray is sink and shower water. So after you dump the black tank, leave the valve in the open position, and then you can hook up the hose to the dump or to the flush valve and spray it out that way. Okay. This is your 30-foot, 30-amp power cord. Behind here, they're just your hookups for your for campground cable and satellite, that sort of thing. Okay. This, so if I can get it one-handed here, this is an on-demand water heater, so you have on-demand water. I'll show you the switches when we get inside. Basically, it won't operate unless there's water, unless it senses water under pressure. So if you're pumping from the tank, let's say you're boondocking, you're pumping from the tank, well, you'll have the water pump on and it'll sense that, so it'll turn on. Also, if you have your city water hooked up, it'll do the same thing. Otherwise, if there's no water source, it'll sense that there's no water and it won't turn on. So keep that in mind. But I'll show you the switches when we get inside. It's on-demand water. Also, you have a ladder here, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 60 to 90 days. When you inspect it, you're looking for cracking or separation where you see the, where the sealant is at. You look for broken or damaged roof attachments or damage to the roofing material. That could be caused by low branches or road debris flying up there. You're just staying ahead of any problems and protecting your investment, okay? Also, that housing up there tells us this is pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit, okay? All right. That can be added on anytime. See what we've got in here. Okay, so first of all, we'll get some lights on. Okay. All right, so your water pump, I told you could pump water out of the fresh water tank. That's right there. You also use this water pump to winterize the trailer. You have tank heaters in this one, so you have heating pads on all your holding tanks, so it'll extend your camping season, right? Right there you have, this is your awning switch here, and then you have the light on. It's that simple. Just never leave the awning out unattended if you're not going to be using it. Make sure you roll it in. Your slide room button, and then of course all your levels are checked here, okay? Very simple. Keys are hanging on the sink. Okay, your thermostat works like any thermostat in that you hit the mode button, light it up, and then you just keep poking it till you get to the mode you want. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green. If it's not glowing green, get it serviced. Okay. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your light and vent for your range. Now I don't know if he's got the gas turned on here, so if not, I'll just talk you through it. But you have three knobs here in the center for the three burners. This is the sparker, so you turn it clockwise to spark it, and then this is for the oven. So I don't know, let me see if he's got it yet. Yeah, so it's that simple. When it comes down to the pilot light for the oven, it's down at the bottom all the way to the back. So basically you just go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, you depress it, you keep it depressed while you're lighting it. You light it till you see the flame light down here, and once it lights you hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature, of course. But when you shut it off, the flame goes out, and so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. You have a blue light here and an oven light there. Always travel with this closed. Okay. This device here is your power converter. So this converts AC to DC power. So, as long as you're plugged into shore power, you have 110 AC right here at these circuit breakers. These are circuit breakers just like you'd have at home, and they're all labeled, right? Then the power's reduced, or converted, I should say, to 12 volt DC over here, and you have 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. So that's where 12 volt power comes from. This is also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up on the tongue has and needs, and it'll always send enough amps up there to keep it charged as long as you're plugged in. So it charges your battery also. Obviously the tow vehicle's charge line will charge the battery when you're pulling the trailer. So, okay, so that converts AC to DC power, and it also charges the battery. It's the power converter. All right, your refrigerator is a 12 volt DC refrigerator. So it works just like your refrigerator at home, except it runs off the DC power. Your TV. First of all, you have some storage back here. You got a swing out bracket, of course. You have FM radio with this. You have Bluetooth, so you can stream from your phone or your tablets, whatever you have. You have two zones. Zone 1 is inside the trailer, Zone 2 is outside the trailer. So there's a lot you can do with it. Okay, your bunks. This is a hide-a-bed, I believe, or is it a jack? Yeah, it's a hide-a-bed. So the cushions come right off. You grab it right down here and you fold it out. It's a 3-panel hide-a-bed, three cushion hide-a-bed, and of course you can take this table off the wall hooks, and you can drop it onto these cleats here, and then use the back cushion to fill in the space, and that's another place to sleep. So you got two more places plus the bunks back there. Let's see where we're at here. This is telling us this is pre-wired for a, don't pay attention to the 4G part. What people will use this for is as a public Wi-Fi booster, if you're interested. You can scan the thing there, and basically the kit will consist of a antenna that goes right above it on the roof and a router box that attaches right here. Therefore you'll have better Wi-Fi, better, stronger signal, that sort of thing. So if your family uses a lot of Wi-Fi, it's worth looking into anyway. Like I said, you get your own router, plus you have an antenna up there. So it's if you use a lot of Wi-Fi, then it's something worth looking into. Your sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet works like every RV trailer toilet. It sits right over the black tank. There's a flush pillow right here. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you put a dose of chemical right in the bowl there. And then you're going to step on the pedal. Water will come swirling out. And you keep your pedal down long enough to put at least a gallon of water in the tank. So you want chemical plus water in there, at least a gallon. Then it's all set to be used. If you don't do that, it's considered using it dry. The smell will be terrible, plus you can get clogged up. So you always want chemical and water in there when you're starting off. Okay. This is the on-demand water. You can see it's set to 115. You can raise it and lower it, but that's the default to that setting. And it's that simple. When you turn on water, you're gonna get hot. You're just gonna get a steady stream of hot water. Tells you one is Celsius, one tells you Fahrenheit. Okay. There's also a skylight and a fan. Okay. So the bedroom is it's typical of RV front bedrooms. You have an escape window here, so you know you can push this all the way open if you need to. Grab hold of this button and pull the screen out. You can escape during an emergency. Okay. Getting it back in is always worse than getting it out. There we go. You have TV hookups here, right? A backer plate for a swing out bracket so you can watch it from bed, laying in bed. You have some storage underneath here so you can pick the mattress up, and there's a storage compartment. So you have all that. Okay, let me see what else. If we covered everything, let me look around a bit. Okay. Alright, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. That should be part of your regular maintenance. People, generally speaking, do not inspect the roof enough. You're just protecting your investment. You can't see what's happening up there unless somebody goes up and looks. So that's important. And right now, it's all set, ready to go. It has on-demand water, so you don't have to worry about bypassing the water heater or any of that stuff. You just hook up the water, turn it on, and you're all set. Okay? Thank you.